happens, it's always you. The chase is over, and regardless of what's to follow, I know I've already won. I've finally found what I've been searching for. A crafty little menace who thinks they can escape the consequences of their terrorizing, and who, for some reason, thinks they're so clever as to evade me and believe I don't know they're hiding right under...
Here.
And a good evening to you too, Your Grace. Or at least I'm choosing to believe that's what you meant to say. It was a bit hard to tell with all the cursing and yelling. Good thing I'm very adept at interpreting the things you say. And the things you left unspoken. You're getting creative. Wonderful use of the iambic pentameter. And such an interesting employment of vocabulary with the word undulating. I never knew it had so many rhymes. Did you compose that just for me? How'd you know I'm such a sapiosexual? Good to see those tutors aren't just for show, though your curriculum certainly is lacking in subjects that are exciting, stimulating. I could fill in those gaps for you, among other things, and I promise you won't find me lacking. But really, Your Grace, we've got to instill some manners into you. Uh-huh. And does this so-called dignified diplomacy include pouring drinks down the backs of dresses, placing sharp tacks on the insides of shoes, stomping on the feet of dance partners, and telling highly, highly inappropriate jokes? Sir Brantfell did not enjoy the comment on his romantic pursuits, Your Grace. Yes, or lack thereof. Stop that. It doesn't suit the conventions of propriety expected for someone of your station. No. If you're itching to let loose and act a bit improper, look no further than me, Your Grace. Point to the guard. No clever response, I see. Perhaps you wasted all your raunchiest jokes on turning Sir Brantfell's face red. And now I'm using my best material to make you blush. I have other specialized methods to achieve the same results as well, Your Grace. But though this is quite the fun activity in private, that still doesn't change the fact that this way of speaking is frowned upon in high society. Unfortunately, this behavior is deemed beneath you, Your Grace. I don't understand. What do you mean you want me to be beneath you in private? Oh. That's, you shouldn't. Why would you, is that an invitation or a promise? You play unfair, Your Grace. I can't, this game, it's only fun when I say things like that. When you do it, it feels too... It's just not fair. If only you were born an entertainer. You embody a particular knack for coy flirtation and suggestive flattery. You always have. Among the talents, or lack thereof, that you possess, none are quite as troublesome as those ones. And none are quite so unraveling. Your other troublesome traits, however, those can and certainly need to be addressed. I seem to always be asking you the same thing. So for what seems like the 1000th time, why? Of course. Why am I not surprised? Only you could attend a gathering of the most influential aristocrats in all the land, in the most opulent grounds in the world, no less, and still find such a juvenile excuse as boredom to justify your mischief. But at least it's a simple fix. Your Grace, if you wanted a bit of company, you only need ask. It's part of the reason why I'm here, after all. No, that's not it. I didn't mean it like that. I'm not here to distract and entertain you in all the right ways. I don't... Point to you, I suppose. No matter how far I pull ahead, you always manage to finish on top, huh? Do not! How is it that you're always able to do this to me? I only mean these jokes you tell, these games you play. I try to follow along to the best of my abilities, but you're just too good at making it feel real, making me want to believe it's real. And it always has me questioning, hoping even. Is there any truth to them? No, wait, never mind. Apologies, Your Grace. I shouldn't have spoken. That was highly out of line for me to say. Seems you've had more of an influence on me than I previously thought. Another point to you. Yes, you have touched me. Touched my heart, Your Grace. Now then, now that I've located you, it's time you return to the gathering. You know what that means. You must be on your best behavior. A model air of utmost poise and elegance. I'll do the same. Ever the stoic, serious, professional guard. One that does not flirt with their sovereign, no matter how tempting. I know, it's not much fun, but you have a duty to uphold, and I'm just lucky that I have this position, that I even get to be near you. Our lives are a never-ending play. Maybe more accurately, a series of fairy tales in a never-ending book. But in any case, we have to put on airs. We have to play our part, to maintain our respective stations. You have no idea how delicate our situation is, how even the smallest misstep might... Think of it this way. Once you get all the small talk and pleasantries out of the way, we'll be free to explore the palace. Does that sound like a plan? Of course. I'll only be 15 paces away the entire time. I won't leave you. I promise. Now, what are we going to do about that pouting face of yours? There you are. But don't you remember what I said? No causing trouble. And that particular smile could start wars, Your Grace. If you say so, Your Grace. Only for me, huh? Up, before anyone else notices you're gone. Well, go on. You lead the way, and I'll guard the rear, as is standard protocol. Did you forget how you wound up here? Do you not remember what part of the palace you're in? Is that why you're so embarrassed? Your Grace, I would happily provide verbal instructions for how to... No? Oh. That is against typical guarding procedures, but I suppose, since you're asking so nicely, and since I can't bring myself to say no, yes, you can hold my hand, but only up until we see another guest, not a moment longer. And to clarify, I'm only allowing this because you claim your legs are numb from crouching in your hiding spot for so long, and you don't want to stumble. Nothing more. Let's get going. You've chosen quite the secluded hiding spot, and I fear being caught alone in such an area might encourage rumors. As enticing as that sounds, I think that'd go against my code of honor as a bodyguard to make them truths instead of rumors, Your Grace. Yes, another point to you. Though you can't actually think I'm keeping score. Doesn't matter how many sly jokes you make. You've already won in my eyes. So competitive. I'm fairly certain that most nobles don't... Stop. Be silent, Your Grace. Something feels wrong. These sconces, they were lit when I last passed through this hall, and it wasn't so eerily quiet before. Did you notice anyone following you when you came to these rooms? Anything strange at all? It's probably nothing, but I have a feeling. Your Grace, watch out!